So today we're going to be taking a look at the Imperial gunner or the Death Star gunner from both their appearance in Rogue One and Return of the Jedi. So this is actually going to be a 2-in-1 review, even though it's basically the same exact action figure. So this loose Death Star gunner here is the Rogue One TVC figure that came out. Oh, it's probably been about 2.5, 3 years at this point now. Maybe it might be closer to 4 years at this point. And then this one is the Return of the Jedi, the carded figures from the one of the more recent Walmart exclusive waves for Return of the Jedi. There has been a lot of backlash about this re-release. Again, it's the same exact action figure, but from my understanding, there are some differences between the original trilogy and the Rogue One Death Star gunner. And of course, this one's based upon their appearance in Rogue One. And Hasbro just took the liberty to re-release it on a Return of the Jedi card. And there has been some backlash about that. Some people said they should have redone the Death Star gunner, and a lot of people are not happy with this particular mold anyway. And as you can see here, we'll just take a look at the card now. Of course, this is a still shot of a original trilogy Death Star gunner, and you can see there are some differences between the two. This one doesn't have like the shielding vest, or well, the picture here does not have the shielding vest, while here on the Rogue gunner it does. Overall, it is a nice card art. For me personally, I think I'm just going to keep this one carded. It looks nice. Nice Return of the Jedi logo there. Imperial gunner. This is VC 232. At this point, I have all 4 of these reviewed on the channel now, and at some point, R2-D2 will come in the future as well. I kind of have that one reviewed on the channel already, the Antok-Merrick droid. It's the same exact one, basically, just with the R2-D2 paint. But that's the card here. I'll just show you this real quick. As you can see, as far as I can tell, it's pretty much the same exact action figure. I don't even think the paint is any different in any way. As far as I can see. Let's take a look at this action figure here. So one of the biggest complaints I've been hearing about this is the head. At least for the helmet here, it looks way too small, and I can agree with that. As small as that helmet is, could you imagine how small the head underneath would be? And you would see some pictures on the internet every now and then where it'd be like a shrunken head or something like that. It was like a meme picture. So I can understand the complaint about that. And another one is the large antenna here. I just so happen to have one of the Saga Collection Death Star gunners here as well. And as you can see, the antenna here is a lot more better proportion compared to this new one. And of course the helmet here is much larger. And with the Saga Collection one here, you have the option to be able to take this shielding vest off, while on the Rogue One Trooper here, that is not the case. This one doesn't have the holster, while the Saga Collection one does. But I do like the paint detailing on this. It has a very glossy black. It looks really crisp, really nice. And I do like how they did the vest on this. On the Saga Collection one here, it's very loose. Like I said, you can take it off, but even when it's on, you can tell it just seems very loose. Not the case with this one, it's just part of the mold. Nice paint detailing in the belt there. So in terms of the articulation, he is super articulated. does have a ball joint the neck there, and he has a really good range of motion. As you can see, he can look all the way down and basically all the way up. Then he has hinge at the shoulders there, then hinged elbows, and hinged wrists, which this one goes in and out obviously, and I think this one, yeah, this one goes up and down. He does technically have a joint at the waist or the torso there, but his vest is kind of restrictive of it. I don't think it's a big deal. Then of course he has hinged hips, swivel thigh, then hinged knees, and hinged ankles. This isn't really an action figure where it has to be super articulated. I mean, it's a Death Star gunner. How many poses are you going to have him in other than maybe a sitting position, meaning a Death Star turret, or have him in a standing or a walking position of some sorts? He's not really an action-oriented character. In terms of accessories, he just comes with the one, which is basically just a Rebel Trooper blaster. As far as I know, it's basically the same one we've been getting for a while now. There's really nothing new about it, but it fits really good in his hand. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the holster where you can put it though. It has nice silver detailing in that, and he has really nice detailing in that blaster as well. I think maybe that some of the Rebel Fleet Troopers have the same exact one. And of course on this original Saga Collection figure, he just comes with the standard E11. But I'll let you be the judge as to which one you think looks better. Personally, to me, I prefer the Saga Collection figure here. This one's nice for what it is. I have two of these ones. And of course now I have two of these ones, but I kind of treat this one like he's the captain of the commander of these two, since he has a little bit of a unique look to him. But other than that, I don't think there's really much else I could say about it. It's a great figure for what it is, I think. I understand the complaints of it, and I agree with all these complaints and concerns that people have with it. I don't think at this point we have a definitive Imperial gunner for the Return of the Jedi card back. Again, this is not a Return of the Jedi specific action figure. So years ago, during the first round of TVC, there was supposed to be a Death Star gunner at that time, which was basically this action figure, except he had hinged elbows, and he had a slightly different sculpt for his helmet here. But other than that, it was basically the same exact action figure, and it was canceled, and it is featured in the TVC guidebook that came out maybe 2 years ago at this point. At some point I'll touch on that book and I'll show you what that looks like. I kind of wish that was the one that we ended up getting instead of this one here. This one's perfectly fine for Rogue One. I think it's as accurate as it can be, but for Return of the Jedi, we should have had an entirely new one, and I think that would have been a great action figure to feature on this card. For whatever reason, we just didn't get it, and at this point, I don't think we ever will. And we might not ever get the Imperial Gunner ever again in a 3 3/4 inch form. So with all that being said, would I recommend the Imperial Gunner for your collection? I would. If you had to choose between these two, I honestly would go with the Saga Collection one here. I think the proportions are a lot better. There's a lot more going on with it, and it just looks better overall, and it functions for everything you would need. The Rogue One Death Star Gunner did get really expensive for a time. Not sure if it is the case now that we've gotten the re-release here for the Return of the Jedi card. As far as I know, you can get this Return of the Jedi figure for around $13.99, $14.99 still. You can pre-order it on Entertainment Earth, just like the rest of the Walmart wave. And I think this one has been staying up on Walmart's website for a little bit longer than perhaps a Stormtrooper. So something to keep an eye out on. If you really want this one, now's the time to get it. The Saga Collection one has been consistently affordable for years now. I'm pretty confident you could find one in like the $15-20 range on eBay if you really want one. And again, it's been out for 16-17 years now. Hard to believe, but it's been very consistent in that price. And I've had this one since the original release back in 2006. But with that being said, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more reviews in the future. There will be plenty more to come. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate all the support. And if you haven't already, please check out the Instagram link in the description as well. More will be coming on that soon. And thanks for watching.